into submission. Stay calm to the right here. I like that.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us in chat.
Still not.
He's from my actually was
The sound work.
But Bill, the thing is like tech.
Are you
Why
gonna pee on
don't
me
you
again?
nap now, and you can listen to it later? There you go. You'll still get your sleep, and it's going to be on record anyway. You know.
It's gonna be on the Zomnified channel. Oh
So you can
no!
come back to it later.
Dude, no, you can't
No,
do this to me, please.
no jumping down her shirt. That's not a good thing.
Good for
Oh,
some people, but not for her.
okay, you sit right there.
Oh,
Okay.
here's Sarah.
Oh.
You can hear us?
Oh,
Dude,
since I heard
please.
something, I can't listen, but I'm
Oh,
here to support.
hello.
Yay! Yay! Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Toxic. Hi, Aisha. Hi, everybody. We're glad to be heard.
We can be heard? They can hear
Yes,
us?
I
and
think
they
They
can
can
so.
hear
see, and they can see the toad.
Can you see the toad? I can't see nothing.
Yep, they
Wow.
can hear us.
Hang
Yes.
on.
Yay!
Yay.
I
Okay.
guess they took it that seriously.
Okay. Miss
Yes. Thank
Bansheebah,
you, everyone,
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for waiting with
Hello,
us and
hello.
our
Sorry for
struggles because
interrupting you guys.
live
Thank
is
you for your
How
live.
about
patience,
how
dear
about we
mortals.
start over? How about we start over and
Okay,
I put
so
everything from the beginning?
Bansheebah.
Yes. Welcome,
Okay,
please,
mute
to the
mute your
Horror
mics. I'm
Hunters.
sorry, Banshee, but mute your mics,
Finally.
guys. I am going to start everything from the beginning. Sorry about that.
Okay. Got it.
This is an emergency transmission. Citizens of the world, please, make no mistake. The zombie apocalypse is near. Will you cower and hide, or join us and fight? We are the Dezombified. So stay on point and watch your six.
Welcome, guys. Finally, to the Horror Honeys, a new show. We're glad for you guys to hang out, and we apologize for the problems. You like my friend? Is my little familiar? Yes. Today we have with us the delectable, delicious Dame Saturday. How are you today, Dame?
Oh, I'm doing quite swimmingly. And with me, I have the Mary P. Magnificently perfect.
Hello, and then we also have the undead ballerina, Mina.
And as you heard in the beginning, we have Bansheebah, the talker, animal whisperer. That's what we said, animal whisperer, and her familiar, and I don't remember the frog's name.
Actually, I don't have a name for him yet. So, that will be something. This little dude here, what do you think? What should I call him? I don't know what to call him.
What
All
do
I
we
know is
call
he
the
pees for me.
Croaker?
Oh my goodness.
Throw
We've
up
got
some names, people in chat. I need help.
we need a name for the frog, guys. We've got a lot of things that we want to bring to you, and we want to discuss with you. And today we're going to start with real final girls from throughout history. And these are strong women who have survived horribly horrific situations.
And don't
But
forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to get more people in here.
yes. Our question of the day today is we all know that the movies have made a trope of the final girl. However, there are real women who have overcome these horrific situations. Maybe you know some off the top of your head, or maybe you've heard of some. And we want to know um, what you think of the ones we're talking about and what they overcame, and what about the ones you can think of and what they overcame, and how do they all influence you? Before we get started on that, though, let's do a roll call.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Who do we have here?
Who do we have in the chat? Let's see. I'm seeing Aisha, Artzilla.
Artzilla. She's
Max Vision.
She's
Max Vision remote view class.
Yes, Evil Outcast. Welcome, 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 welcome. We have
Yeah,
Evil.
Bear's here too. Hi,
Yes.
Dustin.
Hi, Dustin. We have Evil Witcher. Hey, Andy.
Oh, and my lucky number 13 past midnight.
Yay. We have Casual Cadaver.
Hey, Cadaver.
We have Justin Mello. I hope
The
I said that right.
mythical Unicorp's Tales.
Toxic Tiger Platypus. Now that's a mixture of animals.
Ooh, nice. Nice little
A
hydra there.
fabulous mixture of animals.
Yes.
Ooh, nice. Nice chimera.
I thought I
13
saw
past
somebody
midnight.
else. There's 13 past midnight. 13 past
What
midnight.
is that? 13 past midnight.
And we obviously have Dezombified with us this morning.
Oh,
We
don't
are-
be shy, ominous audio.
No, ominous audio. That's who I was missing. I was looking all over the place for you. We don't mind any of you being here. We love you. We love you. We love you. We're glad that you are here. And no, this is not a ladies only stream.
No.
No. We're going to discuss our final girls that we came up with, and then we're going to talk with you a little bit as we do. How's that sound?
Ooh,
Sounds good to me.
lovely.
Would you like to start, Bansheebah?
I sure would. Okay, so first final girl. What would you think if you heard that there was a saint out there that is responsible for killing 5,000 men, women, and children? That's crazy, right? Well, she had her reasons for doing it. And I'm talking about Saint Olga of Kiev. Have you heard of her? Let me know in your comments below. Well, so Saint Olga, before she was a saint, obviously, her husband, she was married to Igor, and he was high regent of their area. And it came time that they were going around and collecting taxes. Well, there's a neighboring tribe that he decided, I'm gonna go ahead and do a double dipper. No double dipping, double dipping. Nobody likes taxes, but so he went personally to go collect from the guy aptly named as Mal. That's not insidious or anything. So, excuse me. So he goes and collects the taxes, and Mal doesn't want to pay the taxes. So they end up tying him to a tree and cutting him in half. Ew. Okay, that is not cool. Why would you do that? His wife?
Yeah.
I guess to make a point?
Yeah, I would assume so. So his wife, she wasn't going to have it. I mean, they just murdered her husband. She wants to protect her family. She wants to protect her legacy. So when Maul decides to send a bunch of people over, because he proposes to her, he wants power. She is not going to relinquish that power. That is her family's everything. So the first batch of people come. Yes, I said first batch. It gets better. They come, and they come by boat. As she comes, she welcomes them. They say, we're tired. We want you to carry our boats with us in it and up to the courtyard and blah, blah, and we'll discuss business. Well, as a good woman as she is, she does so. So she has her servants and her warriors and everyone who carry their boats and the people. Unbeknownst to them, they did not know that she had already dug a pit that they just directly threw them all in and buried them all alive. Okay. So the second batch, yes, the second batch of people come. And this time they come by horseback. They don't want to, like, get thrown in the pit again. And she's like, oh, no, it's all good. You must be tired. I mean, weary from your travels. We have saunas and bathhouses. Why don't you come and stay, get yourselves cleaned up, and we'll do business after that. All right, that sounds pretty good. So they all come up and they get into the saunas and the bathhouses where she goes and has them all lit on fire and burns them all alive.
Ooh, savage. That is savage.
Yes, PA. That's why you need a dragon.
Exactly.
Yep, they're useful that way.
So third time's a charm, right? Okay. The third batch comes up and she's like, well, you know what? Okay. We're going to be serious here. All right. We want you guys to enjoy the bounty that we have harvested. We have mead, lots of mead. Come with a banquet. So they all come and they get drunk. Her handmaidens go around making sure all of those cups are tipped over full. Well, they got inebriated. And I mean inebriated. They were passed out drunk. Olga and her handmaidens went out personally and slit every single guest's throat. So no one survived. Upon this decree, they ended up going and war was inevitable. And her son, being the predecessor to the throne, though she was the one that was pulling the strings, all he had to go out there is on his horse and throw the first spear. So he done so, even though it barely missed the horse's head. It was enough. She ravaged the troops. She killed. She slaughtered. Now, Olga, no. We have enough. That's done. Done. Obviously, we just want to have peace. We want a peace treaty. You obviously don't have any money left because, well, you don't really have that many people left. So I request one thing from each household. As a declaration of peace to our family, we want you to send us one sparrow and one dove. Okay, we can do that. Well, why should we trust you? I mean, look what happened. Well, you can trust me. I won't do anything wrong. I won't do anything. So they send in the sparrows and they send in the doves. What does Saint Helga do? What she does is she takes one sparrow and she takes one dove, ties a hot ember to their feet and sends them back home, where they go back to the nest and burn the city down. Any survivors and all survivors that come running out of the city are killed instantly. Now, apparently she had the last laugh on that one because the guy who proposed to her, Maul, dead, out of the picture. She ended up, her son took over, and his son, after that, her grandson, she was canonized by Constantine. The last laugh, Constantine. He saw power in her and he wanted everything that she had. She was ruthless. She was no holds barred. So she went to go get canonized and she convinced Constantine, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I mean, there's only one way to do it, and that's through you. So he says, okay, and becomes her godfather. And upon that godfather status, that she is now considered to be Christian, he proposes to her. Well, one last laugh for Olga. Well, you see, I can't really marry you because you were the one that is, canonized me, and that means you're my godfather, and that means I can't marry you. Gee, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that just gets in the way of the nuptials, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of gets in the way of the nuptials. Never trust anybody that says trust me.
That is
Don't
correct.
go and kill somebody's spouse because she was all out and she went all out and she was ordained a saint. She is considered to be the mother of Russia now. All for the sake of love, revenge for her husband and her family. She stuck to her guns. By God, she did it. But I know there's other final girls out there. Let's hear them.
Oh, I got one, and this one was from 1978.
Woo.
Yeah, from a very famous killer, Ted Bundy. Ever heard of him?
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, because Mr. Ted Bundy decided it would be a good idea to arrive to the Florida State University with the Chi Omega sorority house on January the 15th, 1978. And he had a little fun with the other girls, but there was one particular girl that actually survived, and another. And one that stood out to me the most was Kathy Kleiner. And before she met Mr. Bundy in that brief moment, at 3 in the morning, I might add, which is very rude.
Well,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
well,
The
you
most
know,
unacceptable.
and
No,
3 in the
no.
morning is what the dead man's midnight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you expect from a serial killer? Rules just don't apply to them. Anyway, before meeting Mr. Bundy, she had goals. She wanted to do drama and dancing and be who she wants, and also had to, survive lupus and breast cancer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she
Wow.
did a lot.
So,
Tough broad.
him giving her a broken jaw and a lacerated shoulder, that's just an inconvenience to her. You can't put her down at all. But she had a little last laugh of her own. When she recovered, stood trial, especially facing her attacker, Mr. Bundy, that handsome bastard, she wrote a book about the event and called The Stranger Beside Me. It was published and released in 1980. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's your vintage read for today. And it would actually be pretty cool to read it, even from back in that decade. It would be very enlightening.
Yeah, because I think we can all learn from their stories. I mean, there's a lot of things that they can show us that we can't see in our daily lives because we don't go through that type of horrific event normally.
You know, I must interject because I have horrific events happen all the time to me. Like, I will get the best donut and I'll drop it on the floor. That's horrific. And, what these girls are going through, and especially with this one, I mean, Ted Bundy, God, that's
Yep.
crazy.
Oh no, evil, feel better.
Aww, I'm gonna give you a big hug.
Feel better.
Sorry to hear you.
Well, my final girl is Mary Vincent. So that happened in Modesto, California in September 1978. Mary at this time was 15 years old and she had run away from home. As she kind of gets homesick, she starts to hitchhike back from California to her family in Nevada. While she's trying to hitchhike back, a man in a blue van pulls up and tells them that he can only take one person. There are about 2 other people with Mary standing around, and they kind of warn her, it's not a good idea, don't do it. But, being a 15-year-old, she knows everything, and she's tired at that point, and she just takes her chances. Kind of seemed like a grandfather figure, so she just went with it. She got into the van, dozed off for a bit. When she woke up, she noticed that signs were stating that they were going in the opposite direction. So she told him, hey, we're going the wrong way, and I think that you know this. He ends up pulling over onto a deserted road. At this point, she has a good idea that she's in trouble. She looks down, sees that her tennis shoes are untied, and she's like, well, if I'm going to outrun him, I need to tie those. So she opens the passenger door, and she gets out to tie her shoe. Next thing she knows, she's just been hit in the back of the head with a sledgehammer, and she blacks out. Yeah. She then comes to, and she's tied up in the back of the van, and he has begun to rape her. Does this about 6 or so times. She can't get away, completely tied up, begging just to set her free. This keeps going. Went on through the next day. She was awake the whole time, still in the middle of nowhere. Completely naked at this point. He brings her out of the van, stands her up, and he says to her, "You want to be set free? I'll set you free." And he pulls out a hatchet from his toolbox. Takes her left arm and takes a swing at it. She feels like she's starting to fall back. She grabs on with her left hand to him to kind of stabilize herself, but she's still falling, and he swings again. She can't figure out why she's falling. Well, her left arm is now severed below her elbow. He then takes her right arm and starts to, hack away at that. She's kicking and screaming, hoping someone will hear. Takes a little longer because she's fighting, but her right arm is now gone as well. So she's now laying there bleeding. She sees him kind of moving his arm around in the distance and notices him trying to flick something off. It's actually her left hand that's still grabbed onto his arm from when he first cut her arm off. If that wasn't bad enough, now he started to drag her and throws her off a 30-foot cliff. Add insult to injury.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So she breaks about four ribs from the fall, and her body is sent into shock at this point from all the blood loss.
Oh, yeah.
Drives away. She's, kind of getting tired and sleepy, but she has that, thank God, she has that will to live. She just keeps thinking that she needs to stop this before it happens to anybody else. So she sticks her arms, the stumps of her arms, into the dirt to stop the bleeding and crawls up the cliff.
With no arms.
With no arms.
That is quite a feat right there.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
She reaches the road by nightfall, so it's very dark. She can't see. She follows the sound of traffic. And she walks until it starts to get about daylight. The first car that comes up is a red convertible, no top. Two guys are driving. She's yelling for help on the side. You have to remember, though, she's covered from head to toe in blood, and she has no arms. It's like a horror film coming at them, so they drive past her.
I can't imagine driving by that and not stopping to help.
Yeah, she did say she forgave them, though, because she understood that is something that you do not expect to see, and hell no, I need to get out of there type of reaction. But so she comes across, thankfully, a second couple who are actually a honeymoon couple that get lost. And they help her into the truck and everything and race her to a phone to call paramedics. Thankfully, a helicopter comes and airlifts her to a hospital. She lost over half of her blood, and so much that it was a point of what was left was at a toxic level.
Oh.
But yeah, but there's some
good diamond news. Hard.
Some good news here. 10 days later, her attacker was actually identified and charged by police. She ended up being there in court with him. She was about 10-15 feet away from her, and his name was Lawrence Singleton. He ended up getting 14 years imprisonment, which at the time was the maximum allowed by the state of California. So when she's walking through the hallway, she passes him, and he turns over to her and says, "If it's the last thing I do, I will finish the job." So she has that hanging over her head now. She's now married with 2 children. Lawrence was actually paroled in 1987, so she still has that thought of that threat in her head.
Wow.
In 1997, he murdered a woman in Florida and was sentenced to death. However, he ended up dying of cancer before he could be on death row.
Oh,
So that's
come on. Cancer's
I
too
know.
kind. Cancer's too kind for that.
I
Come
know.
on.
Oh. But that's the story of Mary Vincent. Tough broad.
I would have totally gone like Linda Hamilton on him. There's no way you'd be quiet in court. I'd be held in contempt. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
No. Mm-mm. That's...
wow. Yeah, and I think
yeah.
that's right. He's burning in hell right now. And
we agree.
Poor Tartarus.
I know that firsthand, giving him the Grim Reaper and all.
Yeah. But yeah, Xena's got nothing on these ladies. I tell you.
That's diamond hard.
Yeah, they are. And you know, I think that's something that each one of these women, as we go over them, they all have this drive inside of them,
Tenacity.
tenacity to just keep going and survive. Dustin said that his final girl is his grandmother.
No, that's awesome.
Ominous says his only regret is that the guy didn't get the Lorena Bobbitt treatment.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, ominous.
That's very befitting.
Yes.
Considering what he did to her beforehand. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would have done it. I would have.
And another one that probably is the attacker of Cynthia Virgil. I'm gonna mess this up.
You got this.
Come on, you can do it.
Jarmello. She survived more than most people would through their lives. Probably before this even happened to her, but she was abused as a child and found herself working as a sex worker on Central Avenue in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her mother was murdered when she was a teen, and one of her best friends was murdered just months before she was abducted by David Parker Ray, who, if for those of you who don't know, was a toy box killer. The toy box killer did his crimes between November 6, 1957 and March 22nd, 1999, when he was caught thanks to Cynthia. She has an interview with Truth Consequence where she details in graphic detail the whole of her captivity. And it started out in a van when she was actually betrayed by one of her friends who handed her over to him, pimping her out basically. And she broke, as from her own words, she broke her own rules. She went, and she usually would not have done that, and she broke her own rules. She didn't follow her own instincts, and ended up putting herself in this horrific situation. He had two stages for his toy boxes, two toy boxes. One was in the house, and one was in a trailer. No, it was not just a movie; it was real. And the only difference between the two is in the trailer there was a gynecology table that he would strap them down to. He also played a tape for everyone after 1993 that he wrote up and telling them everything that was going to happen to them and all the things that they were basically his torture and sex slave. Nothing good was going to happen to them until he killed them. He killed his own daughter, who was his accomplice at one point. And Cynthia actually escaped by stabbing his accomplice at the time with a pair of keys. And yeah, there's a picture of the trailer on the screen right now.
Oh, wait. No, you mentioned the other day when we were talking about it, one of the things that they had in one of those trailers, was it the one in the house or the one outside?
The one
that
out,
had
the
you know what I'm talking
table.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And
No stirrups.
yeah.
Mm,
And being
that's messed
tied
up.
down to the table, tied to the stirrups and everything. These women went through horror. And she escaped by stabbing his accomplice at the time. And when she did, she ran out of the house. She's totally naked. Her description was she was full of blood. she finally found a neighbor's house that she could go into. And when she goes in, there's this old woman in the kitchen that she runs into. And the old woman is trying to calm her down. And then she tells her to sit down. She sits down on a white leather stool covered in blood. She sits down on this white leather stool. And when the woman's wife comes in, or the woman's husband comes in and looks at her, he's kind of shocked at everything. And she says, "Go get the pink robe." And he went and got the pink robe, and they wrapped her up in that to try to get her warm again and everything. And she was obviously scared that they were going to find her again, because obviously they were going to be looking for her. And the old man says, "Don't worry, honey. I got this big old long 12 gauge. Ain't nobody going to get to you."
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Damn right.
Oh yes.
So she escaped Satan's den. There's a picture of her right there. She's my final girl for tonight. She talks about what happened. She had to face him in court 3 times.
God.
I don't think I could have done that. Hi, JBD.
Hello.
And hi, El Loco Nightmare.
Ah!
She has said, don't ever break your own rules. Don't ever ignore your fear and your instincts. She started a foundation, nonprofit, called Street Safe, for sex traffic victims and rape and assault victims. And it's called, the website is streetsafenewmexico.org for anybody that wants to go and look at it. It is to help these women with whatever they need, counseling, doctors visit, anything they need. And there's also this whole subject brought to mind the gift of fear and other survival signals that protect us from violence, and protecting the gift, keeping children and teenagers safe and parents sane, by Gavin DeBaker. Not sponsored, guys, but these 2 books really go back to telling us that we need to listen to those instincts that we have in us, that are ingrained in us, and tell us that, hey, something's not right here, and we really should not be going into this situation.
So the moral of the story is all women are correct, and we need to listen to them. That's what I think I'm getting from this.
Yes.
Live by those words.
Yeah, we all should listen to our own heads, which,
Oh yeah.
sometimes we don't.
Yeah,
do.
that's that instinct, and it's worse than the last pizza that you ate. You better listen. And also, and also, here's another thing that gets a lot of ladies into trouble, is that being polite
Yeah.
will really get you into big trouble, because these people are not right in the head. They don't respond well to polite, nor do they really understand social cues or boundaries. So you have to talk to them in their language. You have to treat them like a wild animal.
Mm-hmm.
Since they like to hunt and act as such, yeah, it's only befitting.
And Dezombified made a good point. The punishment should fit the crime. They should do to the criminals the same way they do to their victims. The problem is you can't kill somebody more than once. David Parker Ray was sentenced to 224 years imprisonment. However, just a year after his sentence started, he died at the age of 62 of a heart attack.
I wonder if they planned that, honestly. Some of these guys that have died, for whatever reasons, that they just decided to nix treatment because they knew they were going to die anyways. So why even bother? They would rather go the way they want. And I'm just wondering if that wasn't a factor in that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder too.
But you can't kill them and bring them back, and kill them and bring them back for every single person that they did things to. And you know, it Mary was lucky that she lived after first the sledgehammer and then having her arms chopped
Oh my
off.
god,
I mean,
yes.
I can't imagine the weakness that went over her body from that. Yeah.
And also, Kathy Kleiner was dealt a really bad hand, pun
Yeah.
intended, in that way.
Oh,
Sorry, I just had to do it that way. I mean, come on. There were some rude intrusions in her life because she did from her own body from the inside, dealing with two conditions, which is lupus and breast cancer, not pleasant and pretty life threatening, and dealing
Mhm.
with this jerk.
At
Yeah.
3 a.m. At 3
Yes.
a.m.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not
Ted
okay.
Bundy. Ted Bundy himself.
Yeah.
Trying to be all cool in his little VW Volkswagen. Oh, come on. I've seen classier.
Max, that is really cool. I think that's wonderful that you teach intuition.
That is really
I'm
cool.
gonna have to check your channel out even more.
That is intriguing, I will say.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna open a window to that just right now while we're on, so that I remember to go back and look. But yeah, we had a lot of time and did a lot of look into these final girls. Does the chat have any final girls they can think of? I know
Yeah,
PA
please
was
share.
saying his grandmother, and that would be an interesting story to hear.
Oh, there was one in the extended family that was from Iceland. When the British came over in Iceland, she, I can't remember the plot name. I've been there before. It's a little cabin that we had that was on the shore. But the grandmother used to be her property. And when the British came over everybody wanted a piece of Iceland. Well, the troops came in and they tried to take it from her. She went out with a shotgun and said, hell no. And no, you ain't taking my property. It is mine. And to hell with you. And she left. They left. She scared them off. I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
No, I don't blame her.
I mean, they went as
Hide,
far
little
as
girl.
rotten fish, rotten fish at them, and they left. The British troops left. No, I don't want to smell like rotten fish. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
That's
typically
one of the
not
reasons.
something someone wants to smell.
That's actually one of the reasons why they named it Iceland, was to get people to stay away.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant place. Not like
Yeah.
Greenland.
Not like Greenland. Greenland's green. It's beautiful.
Actually,
No, it's not really. But
the time when they landed there, when the first people landed on Iceland, it was during the wintertime. And it was, covered in snow at the time. And Greenland is actually the complete opposite of Iceland. I mean, Greenland is covered in ice most of the year, where Iceland, on the other hand, is green for quite, like 3 months out of the year. Yeah, 3 months. All right. But if they would have landed there, according to the seasons, in summertime, that would have been Greenland, and the other one should have been Iceland. But it didn't go that way. So whatever.
well, could have been worse, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
true.
It can always be worse.
Well, I don't know. Some of these women, I don't think I want to put worse on them.
Oh
And
no, by far they dealt with a lot, but sometimes that's an easy way to kind of help yourself to keep going, is by telling yourself that there can always be worse.
I've been told stories about my foremothers, a bit from my mother's side of the family, since they lived in the Appalachian mountain range, and they did so back from the 1600s to the 1700s, in that era where it was colonial America and that time. And while the men were away in the family to fight in the war, the women stayed, go figure, but they had to fight occasionally because there were a few British soldiers that actually tried to seize their house and property a few times. And I actually had several of the final girls that teamed up and kept the soldiers out of the property and out of the house. So,
Actually, yeah.
yeah, because one of them I've heard that there were little girls in the family that actually took up rocks and started throwing them at the soldiers from up in the trees as part of guerrilla warfare to keep them off the property. And also, the elder women would actually take up rifles or bayonets and keep them out of bay and such of that. Or sometimes they would actually be stereotypical and actually attack with a rolling pin. I'm
That's
serious. They did. It
awesome.
actually
Hey.
I
batter
would
them.
kill somebody with anything I could find, and if it happened to be a rolling pin, I would go for it.
Hey, Celia. Good to see you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they held their own.
I will tell you, a rolly pin does actually hurt really bad if you swing it
Oh
hard.
yes, it does. It's no different than a baseball bat.
Oh,
And actually, and I don't know if you still have a wrench.
I used to have a marble rolling pin, and let me tell you, you don't want to get hit by that. You know, it reminds me of Andy Cap and his wife. You know, the one in the curlers. And
Yeah.
always going.
Oh yeah.
Right, ominous. Right. Running the other way. It reminded. We were talking about the punishment fitting the crime, and that reminded me of Dame Saturday has a. I don't know if you've done the video for it yet, but she
I
wrote.
did.
You did.
It's
Okay. Okay. You might want to go to her channel and check it out. It's summoning a justice angel. It was amazing read, and yeah, you've got to hear it. I'm not going to ruin it here by telling you anything, but the punishment definitely fits the crime with that one.
Agreed.
So we've got about 10-15 minutes. Does anybody want to call and give us a scream?
Oh, nice.
get all those frustrations out. And
Let's lead up to that, because you know we have trials and tribulations that go through the day, and it is very therapeutic
Oh yeah.
to be able to just give a scream. If you want to call us up with your best scream and just scream, do it.
Join us in the hangouts.
Join us
Or
in
on the
Hangouts
phone,
on the
whichever.
Yeah. And the phone number. We need
the
a phone
Hangouts is
number.
probably best for today.
Yeah, post it.
Yeah,
Excuse-
Hangouts is best for today. So, PA, you want to hang out? We'll get Miss Mysterio to send you a Hangout link,
Yes.
and we'll get you in the Hangouts.
Yay!
And I got a message that Mad Chatter is going live in 42 minutes.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice. Let's do a raid.
Well, it'll be a little late after we finish, but yeah, we could, kinda. But let's see. We could go on for hours about the different final girls. I mean, I actually in finding mine, I pulled up 18 different girls, and Cynthia was the one I chose, obviously, but there were 18 different people listed on this list that I can't imagine the details that these people went through. I mean, all of these women had horrible, horrible experiences. From losing,
Yes, we did.
bouncing.
Hopefully,
What's up, guys?
Hey, PA.
Yay!
You're here! Yay!
I am, and I'm still wide awake. Imagine that.
Oh my god.
Are you ready to scream for us?
You must have hyper awareness now.
I don't get to go to sleep for a while because I have to be up tomorrow at 8:00 in the morning to go to a training for my forklift permit so I can get a better job. So I get to work. I got to work all night, and now I get to stay awake till like 5, 6, 7, whenever I fall asleep.
Yay!
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 I still love that voice. That voice is
That's
awesome.
that's our mascot. It's like our twisted little teddy bear.
Oh,
And
they're so cuddly.
yes, so we cuddle with him.
Yay, hugs! Let's cuddle.
Oh yeah.
That's
Cuddle,
that's
cuddle.
PA Nightmare, Kyra. Kyra asked who the guy was. That's PA Nightmare. He's joined us. And PA, do you want to scream or?
Give us your best scream. Come on.
Wow.
People are actually,
Wow,
people are
that
actually
Wow,
sleeping in my.
that was good.
People are,
That was a roar.
that was, and I toned it down because there are people downstairs kind of sleeping, so
oh
Oh,
I wasn't trying to wake them up. I
wow.
don't really care. Whatever. I've woken them up before. But yeah, so that's my fun day. I'm gonna probably play games and try to sleep eventually.
Be safe, Digital Crow.
Yes, take care.
But yeah, take care, Digital Crow. But those stories were brutal.
Yes, they were. And
Oh yeah.
Final Girl.
Especially the one with Mary. Holy crap!
Marys
yeah.
are badass. I need everybody to know
Oh, yes.
this.
Yes.
Mary,
Why do you
did
think
you,
there's Bloody Mary? Come on.
Mary, did you see my comment though? The second you said who your final girl was, I'm
Of
like,
course,
of
I
course,
picked somebody
Mary.
with the name Mary. Look, I need
said,
everyone
such
to
a
understand.
cliche.
You do not mess with a Mary. You mess with a Mary,
Hey,
and you're asking for
hey,
it. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
hey, don't.
PSA
Hey,
to
don't.
everybody. PSA.
Hey, don't I know it? I mean, I did just write a story that Philly and Noctis narrated, and the mom was named Mary. I mean, why do you think I chose the name Mary?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. It was a great story, beautifully narrated as well.
Yeah, Philia did a wonderful job with that one. It was
did.
Nice.
so scary. But that's why final girls in the movies have nothing on these ladies.
Right?
Oh,
The
no.
final girl trope is so horrible. I mean, it's
Come on, they can do it better.
so bad. They definitely could do it better. I mean, they get this like these girls who are like innocent and pure and clean, and I'm like, come on, man. A final girl needs to be like Ripley from freaking Aliens. Come on
Oh,
now.
yes. Come on, that's even better.
Hey,
Jamie Lee
Slumber,
Curtis from Halloween. Let's do it.
I love that.
Jamie Lee was the first final girl. Well, yeah, she was the first final girl. Which
Hey,
is kind of
Harley Quinn
appropriate.
fits.
It's kind of appropriate that Jamie Lee was the first final girl, considering her mother was the first Scream Queen.
Ooh.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah. Hi, Slumber.
Slumber, what's going on, my dude?
Hello, Slumber.
Hello.
Slumber weeds in his house, his house, his house.
Hey, Slumber, how you doing?
You're gonna scare the poor man away with that voice. That's amazing
am.
and awesome, and I love it.
Slumber
Talk to us, Slumber.
And
there-
there's
BTP!
Cece, hi,
What's up, CC?
Hello.
Hey, Mary. In that voice, I want to hear you say, "You want to play with my dollies?"
Wanna play with my dollies?
Yeah. So fun story. I mean, I'm kind of a jerk for this, but I go to those haunted attractions, and the actors there whose job is to scare me, all I do is torment them.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
There's this one girl who did a voice remotely similar to what Mary does, and she's like, "Do you want to come play with me and my dollies?" And she's ripping the heads off these dollies, and I just look at the girl without missing a beat. Sure, let's go. Your place or mine. And my sister who's behind me, she's horrified and laughing at the same time. And then my dad, we used to have this park by my house, and my dad used to dress up, and he would take the chainsaw blade off the chainsaw, put the cardboard thing on, and chase the kids around. Well, me and my sister all knew it was my dad, so we were kind of the people who were like, the baiters. We're like, "Oh my God, go!" And we would run away from them. So anytime I'm at one of those amusement park, haunted attractions, I call them amusement parks because that's what they are. They're amusing for me. Like the the person with the chainsaw will be coming after us, and I'll look at my sister, run, and she'll take off, and I'll turn around and go, Daddy.
Nice twist ending there.
I think the last time I went to one of those and they had a chainsaw that jumped out at us, it was like a 12-year-old kid with the chainsaw, and I'm like, "Aren't you a little small for that? You want me to help you?" And I went to grab the end of it, which obviously doesn't have the chain on it, so it's not dangerous or anything. And he's like, and he backs up against the wall. And so
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
He's just a baby, though.
But I love it because so the girl with the doll, when I said that, she like literally you could see the smile across her face and she's trying to hold in her laughter. And then the guy with the chainsaw was like, "I'm not your daddy." I'm like, "You want to be?"
I'll make you my daddy.
Ooh, I mean, with that voice, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of an experience that I had going to a haunted house. And we had like youngsters, like, young kids. And stupid Bansheebah opened her mouth and said stupid things. They were saying something about, peeing yourself when you go in there. I was like, well, peeing your panties or something like that. And I was just like, well, I'm not going to have that problem. And they're just like, wow. I was like, because I don't wear underwear. And I'm like, oh shit, did I say that to my head?
That can be taken out of context right there.
Perfectly acceptable. I'm like, oh God, shut up.
Speaking of Mad Chatter, he is
Hello.
joined us.
Hey, Mad Chatter, what's going on?
Mad Chatter in the zones.
And we've got Aisha's got a video going live today. Mad Chatter's going live today in about 42 minutes, I think you said. I don't know if Slumber's got something going. Mad, did one of you ladies have something going live later?
No, not really.
I might have a video going live later today. I know I have missed my goal of Tuesday and Wednesday for 2 weeks, and the same video is sitting here going, I want to go live, so it might go out later today.
That'll be fun.
So
I'm curious, Slumber, you know when your next stream is, my friend?
Yeah, when's Slumber gonna have another stream? Oh, Kyra, do you have anything going out?
Kyra's awesome. She is a sweetheart. She gave, my goodness. She DM'd me with a video, and it just melted my heart. I was having a bad time. And she said, well, I just wanted to link this to you and to share this with you. And it was absolutely just beautiful. And Kyra, I gotta say, it was so well done. And thank you so much. You melted my heart. You really did. I'm gonna cry. Right now, I'm gonna cry. But thank you. Appreciate it. She is awesome. Out. She is a phenomenal storyteller. God, she's got great content. So check her out. Kyra the Doll. You rock.
She is working on the Evil Idol. She's involved in that as well. And she's got a new video she's working on this weekend, she says.
Yes.
Let's see. Who else do we know? Creepy Clown Girl. I don't think she's got a video coming out yet.
She's got a good something though. Has that been released yet, CCG? With the masked narrators?
I don't know if she's gotten that masked narrators out yet.
Okay, well,
we can take care of that. Yeah, we can take care of that. So come on, subscribe to Creepy Clown Girl.
Yes, and subscribe to Philia and Kyra and Bansheebah and Dame Saturday and Mad Chatter and Slumber and
it's Mad Chatter.
Mad Chatter. Yeah, I don't know if he remembers me telling him this, but he kind of inspired the intro and outro to my videos. So yeah, he has a special place right there.
Oh, I'm gonna give a shameless shout out right now.
Okay.
to Goblin Princess Kyo. If you guys want to hear more of my voices, I do some voice acting for her. If you guys want to sub to her channel, she's a fantastic person as well. So
Yes, she is. And normally, and I don't know if since she's been off her normal schedule lately because of her pregnancy, but normally Gothic Rose has a video that goes live
yeah.
on Fridays. So yeah. Oh,
Okay,
Check those out.
guys. You want some dirt? I got dirt. You want dirt? Everyone loves dirt, right?
yes.
You love dirt.
Ooh,
Oh,
I got a secret.
especially mulch.
is it
I have a
spicy dirt?
secret.
you have a
It's
secret.
spicy. Could be. It's about mad cheddar. Oh, yeah. You know what? He loves kittens.
Oh, he loves those little babies.
Come on, how can you not resist that?
Yeah, really,
They're
seriously.
just so baby. They're just so cute, though.
A legend.
And you
Oh,
know what? He deserves a kitty. Somebody needs to send him a kitty. He needs a kitty. Somebody give him a kitty. Emergency kitty. Loves.
okay. So, everyone, and there's a lot of really strong women in our community, and Vidith22 just released a video and is pointing out slumber. I don't know why, but hey, guys.
Oh my God, Mia! You said there are a lot of strong, independent women in the community, and then you're like, and Venice, and I was like, oh my God, is she gonna call him a strong, independent woman?
No, backhanded.
But a lot of our female narrators and our female community members, our Horror Hive members, have had really maybe not as horrific as some of our final girls that we talked about today, but they've had some horrific things in their lives. They've had struggles that they've had to get over, and that makes them heroes. All final girls are heroes, and if you overcome something, you're a final girl.
Or
And
final boy, whichever.
or final boy, yeah.
Or you can identify however you want.
Yes.
I'm a sim.
You're a reaper.
But,
Okay.
uh,
I say it. Vidith22. You're a beautiful woman. Don't ever
strong, independent woman.
love you so much.
I walked into that one, didn't I, guys?
Oh my, you did. You were straight up. You were talking, then you mentioned this 20, and I don't know if you could hear me over here, but I was trying to suppress the chuckle.
Oh my goodness!
But
I
on
get these little notifications that come across my screen, and it tells me, so and so's going live, so and so's putting out a video, so and so's doing this, so and so's doing that. I just got one about Tanya putting out a video later today. So Unicorp Sales has got one coming out, and there's another
Awesome
strong
sauce.
woman.
So in the near future, I don't know how near because I'm kind of stuck in a cramp, a writer's block ordeal. But Breaker 19 and As the News Titans, I'm writing a story for each one of them.
Awesome. That's
awesome.
our Nate Hill. Breaker 19. You need to check out his.
Mutant! Artificial intelligence! Hello!
What's good on MAI? What's good on them?
And
look,
yes,
there's
Vidith.
There's a strong, independent woman right there.
And yes, Bansheebah does do cosplay. And yes, okay, Blood Raven is a strong, independent princess. Don't leave her out.
Oh yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Blood Raven.
Yeah.
But Bansheebah is our cosplay lady here. We're gonna have, like I said at the beginning, we've got so many great things we want to bring to you guys, and cosplay and creepypastas and talking about independent people and people who have gone through some harsh things and people who have done some harsh things, and the difference between different types of horrors and how people get through them. We're looking for to a lot of these great things. We've got a great, wonderful, special Valentine's Day show that we're putting together for next week. So don't forget to come back next week. And yes, if anybody has seen Bansheebah's smile, Laughing Jack, she corrected me last night, Laughing Jack. And yes, Silva Dorcable does cosplay as well. I'd love to get her on here and talk with her and Bansheebah about cosplay. That would be so
Yep.
cool.
Hey, and also if you guys don't want to hear us and also get us more on your opinions of how you do your work, send us your fan art.
Oh,
Yes.
that reminds me. You know what? If we're going to be doing our creepy pasta, in a couple, not next
Not
Friday.
next week, but the Friday after.
If you have fan art, if you have any type of fan art, please send it to Dezombified. We want to be able to show everyone your fan art, your favorite pasta.
And if you have a creepypasta story that you enjoy a lot, let us know before that Friday so that we can talk about it, because that's gonna be our fan art and creepypasta for this month, and we want to involve you guys. We want you involved in the conversation as much as possible. And I'm losing my voice, guys.
Yeah, send us your sketches, any statues, or even any music art. Any kind of art. Show us. Come on.
You know what? If you really want to go ahead and draw me. Send me pictures. I want to see pictures. I want to
draw
see
them
pictures.
too. Jess is always awesome.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, draw me like one of your French girls.
Oh yeah.
Raven Reeds just went live. Raven Reeds has got a wonderful voice. I don't know if you guys have heard, but yeah. I tell you, we have so many ultimately talented, yes, Bansheebah cosplay. My husband is asking if Bansheebah cosplays, and I just said yes. I'm like, he just saw you. He just saw you. And you're doing the Elvira look with short hair. And he's like, oh, she's gorgeous. And and then he goes, Bansheebah cosplays?
I do. It's new. I mean, I've role played in the back, in the past.
And he's going bouncy, 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 bouncy.
I get excited by bounce. I'm like my toad, which reminds me, I have no idea where my toad went to. It disappeared. It was here.
The toad we still need a name.
Oh yeah, we need a name.
God.
We only got one name for the toad, Hoppy.
Oh, there it is. Hoppy. Yeah, I saw that. Hoppy.
Hoppy.
We don't know if the toad is male or female.
Well,
good thing Hoppy can be a unisex name. It doesn't matter if it's male or female.
It's gender neutral.
Or bouncy.
We are so woke, folks.
That one.
Spotty.
All that didn't see. This is Hoppy, right? Hoppy. We're going Hoppy. That's the only name it gets. So Hoppy. This is Hoppy. Now, if you look real close to Hoppy, I don't know. Can you see Hoppy right now? Y'all see Hoppy? You look at his feet. Now, to be able to sex a toad, they should have black dots on their toes. What does that mean? It means it's either a female or a male. I can't remember which one. Sorry. I am useless.
Yeah, but I didn't know that about their toes, though. That's awesome.
So,
I always wondered, like, how do you know?
Well, I mean, otherwise you'd be like, what? There's nothing to go by here.
Oh, that's why I'm so confused all the time. I'm like,
yeah. And Dame Saturday. Did you finish your crochet Ouija board?
Oh yes, I did that a week ago.
And it looks awesome.
Yeah,
I need to see that. You're gonna have to hold that for the fan art so we can see it.
Definitely. I still have the photo of it, and it really took 2.5 months to finish that. It's 4 feet wide and about 1.5 feet in length.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm still kind of hoping.
Brought it up.
I'm still kind of hoping to get to see it under the black light, because whenever you said that, it sounded really cool. I'm kind of hoping to see that one of these days.
Maybe we can get a picture for that for our fan art show in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And Bansheebah can be Jack.
Go as Laughing Jack, or shall I go as just the killer? Oh, don't get me started on Jack Skellington. I'm sorry.
We're talking about Jack Skellington.
Oh,
Jack Skellington is my man. I need you all to back off right now.
If you didn't know it.
Oh, you done pissed Mary off now? I don't know.
Yeah, Mary, I thought I was your man, Mary.
Look, Jack Skellington is as skinny as men can get, so he is my number one boob.
Hey.
Raven, why don't you send in some of your fan art so that we can show everybody in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Love to see some of your fan art. And
Yes.
just the name.
Yes.
Well, you know, Mary, he might be as skinny as men can get, but he can't keep you warm at night.
I don't need to be warm. I just need bones.
I can't go back far enough to see who recommended the name Hoppy, so we need to.
That was me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You asked, I answered.
Yeah, you know, Philia just said herself, she's like, I would love to see fan art of people drawing me, Ophelia. You know, that is, you know, there is a lot of great artists out there. I've seen a lot of them on TikTok. They've been posting their as they draw. Phenomenal artists.
We've got Ayesha, we've got Sabina, we've got we should be here. We've got who was it that did the art for
Artzilla?
Not Artzilla. He did the art for Lady Spookaria. So
yeah, man, Productions. Thank you.
Yeah.
He did my icon. Thank you very much. Can't really see it up. It's flashed on the screen a couple times, but yeah, man, Productions, yeah, man, TV.
But
Check out his stuff.
Yeah, we've got all these wonderful artists, and I'm sure there are artists out there that we don't even know about, like Blood Raven. So we would really love to see your art. And like I said, our Bansheebah and I said, not next week, because next week's going to be our Valentine's Day show, because next week is Valentine's Day. The following week, we are going to feature fan art and creepypastas. So yeah, come and join us for that. Come join us for our Valentine's Day show. Send in your art and your favorite creepypastas to let us know. And yeah, we love all of you guys. We are so appreciative for the turnout today. We've got according to my count, we've got 18 people watching.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Let's get more.
Amazing.
Love it. You guys.
Hey guys,
rock.
also about the art, feel free to give us ideas for the kind of the twisted little Pooh Bear voice that I keep doing. If you guys want to draw like a teddy bear or anything, then a creepy one, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Because that's going to be one of our mascots. That's our first mascot is the creepy teddy bear.
Yay!
Bear. And
the honey pot.
With the honey pot.
Hoppy.
I love honey.
And there's Hoppy.
Hoppy. Sorry, I had to scream because we have to scream.
We all scream. You see 20. Philia sees 20.
I see 20 now as well.
Me too.
All right.
Great.
Everybody, remember to like the stream.
Love my guys.
Yes.
Like, share, and subscribe if you're new, or else we'll send the zombies after you.
Five Nights at Freddy.
That's right. I just made that rhyme.
Yes, you did. How did you do that?
Roses are red. Violets are
blue.
blue. Zombies are green, and you'll scream too.
Darkness Prevails is talking about monsters in the woods.
Oh.
Ooh. And I don't know who the 5 people who thumbs downed us. Most of this came in before the show even started.
Yes.
Nah, who needs them?
Thank you for
Creator thumbs up.
thank you
Thumbs
for the
down.
thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's a great interaction to let you know that you're right here with us, and you
Yeah.
have an opinion too. But
Hey,
YouTube sees that
Sarah.
as interaction, and they like it, so they think that we're good. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And those who dislike are
Hey,
just
Kira,
tsundere
I'll
about
be
it.
your Valentine.
Yeah.
Those who dislike, they're just tsundere about it. They don't want to admit their feelings. It just makes them upset.
I don't have a Valentine. Well, then again, I'm used to it because I never have a Valentine. But
Maybe you and Kyra should get together.
No, she's
Ooh,
mine.
that should be fun.
Ooh.
Oh, she's
I don't know.
yours.
I don't know, Mary. I'll fight you on that one.
She's mine now.
Evil
play
teddy
with
bear
that,
versus evil teddy bear versus dragon. Bring it on. I think I got the advantage on this one.
Dustin, are you a furry at heart? I see you as a furry. Are you a furry? I think
No,
you're.
I'm not a furry.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
he's
Don't
a
deny
dragon.
it.
I'm a scaly. I got scales. I don't got fur. Come on now. Get it right.
No.
You have a pimpin' fur
Hey,
coat.
what's wrong with fur? It's great.
No, you're just otherkin.
What?
Otherkin?
Oh. Yes, furries and scales. We love them all. We love them all.
Let Raven, let's
Yeah.
have the best tea party ever.
That's kind of what we're up to here, Blood Raven. We are trying to have a tea party with everybody and discuss all sorts of things. So yeah.
Hi, Ewan. I'm sorry. I saw you in chat. I didn't get a chance to say hi.
No, we don't. No, we don't kink shame here.
No, we don't.
There is no kink shame whatsoever.
No, but really, there's none. There's none here. We don't shame anybody for that stuff.
No,
you
we
do what you
don't.
want, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. You're fine.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. And
As
Mad
long as
Chatter,
there is consent.
Yeah, and please don't do it at 3 a.m.
Yeah, correct. Please, for
Mad
the love
Chatter,
of God, do not do it at 3
we will. We were talking about rating Mad Chatter's premiere, and he's getting ready to go and get ready for it. So maybe if everybody who's here when he goes live, just kind of pop up in that premiere and drive him crazy. Say, Dezombified raid. Woo!
When madness takes its toll, please have exact change.
Was there not anyone else on Scream? This is Scream time. Why? I'm gonna cry now, probably because I got a smoked eyeball. But I wanted people to call in Scream. Well, where are they?
Well, we had PA call in.
Okay. Did somebody else want to call in Scream?
Come
Do we want
on.
somebody to be able to send
We
a
don't
link or a
bite
number?
much.
Oh,
I don't know how to get in here.
We only bite
I
if you
kind of
want
do,
us
but
to.
that's just something else.
We want to play.
We all crash.
We'll only bite if you want us to.
Only bite when you need to.
So what's your best?
I kind of bite. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. First reaction.
He's a screamer. Everybody got that down on the list. He's a screamer. That's good. That's good.
Yep.
Only for you,
Well,
only for you ladies.
That's right.
He gave us a scream already.
To make him scream. I want to hear him scream again.
Come
Scream
on.
again.
That was good.
All right. I don't. The Zomnified had a family emergency, so I'm trying to see if they're back yet.
Oh no, everything's okay.
Oh no.
So this has been the last couple of weeks have been all sorts of family stuff coming up with everybody. I mean,
Yes.
PA, your sister, my housemate is in the hospitals again. Yeah, it's just been one thing after another. I mean, Bansheebah's had her issues going on.
I don't know
Uh,
what's going on with me, but I'm barely able to keep food down.
Ooh.
you need to see a
Yep.
doctor
No,
about that, darling.
Like I said, guano happens.
throwing up.
I'm,
Have you
I'm
been throwing up and stuff?
a few times, but that's nothing new for me. It happens. But I managed. I ate, but it messed my stomach up for a while. But I managed to keep it down.
Well, that's
Oh,
a
Just
good
God.
idea.
barely, but I
And
managed.
you know, we've been hearing all sorts of stories about people getting sick, and Lord forbid you be in China. There's
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
ugh,
poor people over there right now.
ugh,
Um,
not fun.
Yeah, okay, I have a tasteless joke on that. What's best to go with the coronavirus? Key Lyme disease.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
Bathsheba. While Mary
Don't do
was
it
telling her,
high.
while Mary was telling her
Yes.
tale about Mary, I made a tasteless joke. I'm like, somebody give that woman a hand.
yeah,
Yep.
he did
She
that.
don't
She'll
need,
give you her
she
feet.
don't need no hand. She's a strong, independent woman.
No, she'll give her your feet.
We
Just give her
also-
your feet.
She already
No.
she already gave a hand. She actually gave two.
Yep.
Yeah, come on. I
also-
mean, going
we also-
through what she went through, and then she gets thrown off the cliff. She gets
Ugh.
appendage off of her. And what does she do? She claws her way up. I mean, Jesus, really? Wow.
Like I said, you gotta
Wow.
watch out for the Marys.
Powerful
Yeah.
leg. Powerful leg she has there.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
That's a survivor. That's that fight or flight. Fight or flight. And I think that's like a primal skill, honestly. And I'm seeing this, and I'll say this, publicly, suffering from some, PTSD. Fight or flight is definitely, something that we have to deal with. I think it is something that is bred into us. Some of us can control it better than others. But for some reason, it triggers a lot easier in other people because others. And, honestly, I think it saved her life. It saved her life to be able to claw her way out. Oh, God. No, that was a bad joke.
She
was
stumped her way out. She stumped her way right out.
Yes.
So my dad.
Yeah, but she put her arms, the part of her arms that was bleeding, in the ground.
That's smart to stop the bleeding, to get it to like clump up and stuff, to get it to clot.
That was
And
coagulated.
used her to move her up that cliff, and she had to be in excruciating pain to begin with, and to be
Right?
able to
She said that she felt it all the entire time. Like there was no
Oh,
numbness or
man.
pain. She felt it all.
Then
God.
again, adrenaline is powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
There's
it
a
is.
running joke in my family with me. Apparently, according to my family, I have no self-preservation gene. My dad's like, you don't have a fight or flight. You have a fight or fight. And he's like, no matter what the odds, you're just gonna fight because that's who you are. And I was just like,
Hey,
probably.
coffee crew. Hey,
That sounds like me.
Right?
Hey, Coffin Crew.
It's Coffin. Hi, Coffin.
My kind of
Hi.
crew. Hello.
Coffin. Sorry, you said coffin, and it made me think of the Pokemon.
We got Reverend in the house. We have a Reverend in the house. Hey, how you doing?
And there's the link to Mad Chatter's premiere. And if we all run over there and we put in Dezombified raid, that would be so awesome. But I think we're going to wrap this up. We want to thank you all for showing up. We want to thank you all for being here. The Z Horde, our new listeners, even you lurkers who haven't said anything today.
We see you.
And we love you. And we hope that you will join us next week for our special Valentine's Day, that you'll send in your fan art. You'll tell us what your favorite creepypastas are. Do fan art of Ophelia. Do fan art of Bansheebah. Hey, go ahead and do some of Dame Saturday and Mary and anybody else you want to.
Yes.
Oh,
Check
yes.
out Dame Saturday. Check out Mina. Also, she's excellent storyteller. I love hearing your stories. Check me out on TikTok. I've got quite a few different things coming out. I do creepypasta cosplays and different types of things. Find out a new persona. Just released one. More to come.
And I just found out that Mad Chatter has the Lizard Queen on his premiere. So yeah,
Oh,
there's
nice.
Ooh,
another wonderful,
Frankie.
wonderful person. Um, so please come
Lizard
join us next
Queen.
week. We'll be here next week, next Friday at noon. Um, and we'll be right here on Dezombified. Uh, ready for our catchphrase, ladies, that we came up with?
Bittersweet
Bittersweet
dreams.
dreams.
Bittersweet
Sweet dreams to
dreams.
you all.
Oh, I love that voice, Mary.
Thank you.
Bittersweet dreams.
And
And
remember,
have a happy one.
Y'all take care. Be safe. We'll see you next week.
and Dezomnified Raid on Mad Chatter's premiere.
Yes, thank you all.
Thank you all for being here. We love you.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. I am so sorry that there's been so much dead space. This is Mysterio. I just jumped in really quick to apologize for all the little hitches that have been going on because, family stuff just came up. If it's not one thing, it's another. Trust me. That's Kenny talking in the background now to our family. But thank you all to the Horror Honeys. How did you guys like that premiere? I'm hoping that everything was to your liking, at least, once we got started and we actually got some audio. So I thank you all, everybody who came here. I mean, I got here Miss Philia Noctis, Carrie the Doll, Reverend Lamar, thank you for being here as well. Bansheebah, and Dame Saturday, Mary P, Mina, the host. Thank you so much, Coffin Crew. It's great to see you. Raven, I believe this is the first time I see you on one of our live streams, so thank you for being here. Welcome. We have here, who else do we have here? Of course, I think I said Coffin Crew, but if I didn't, hello, darling. Reverend Lamar, a long time no see, brother. Let's see, we got the Mad Chatter. Thank you for being here as well. Bansheebah, you look hot and sexy. I love you, girl. We got here. Let's see who else we got here. Of course, Mutant Artificial Intelligence, an oldie but a goodie. Of course, one of our longtime friends here at Dezombified. PA Nightmares, my brother from another mother. How could I ever forget you? Thank you for being here. Vidiv22, thank you for being here.
Not a problem. It was so much fun.
Vidiv22, thank you as well. Darling Creepy Clown Girl, the Horde Queen, thank you for being here as well. We love you. Slumber Reeds was here as well. Thank you so much, Slumber, for giving us support and being there for us. Oh my God, let's see. I'm going back in the list here, making sure that I don't miss anybody, or at least I'm trying. Ominous Audios is here as well. Thank you, Ominous Audio. Let's see here, and all of these guys and girls are here. Thank you and other, because we have goblins and ghouls here too. But thank you all for being here and showing us a great time. It was a great showing, actually. There's still 14 people here, and thank you for all of those who hanged in there for us. So I'm gonna let you guys go, but before I do, I want to thank you one last time, and thank you to the Horror Honeys one last time. You girls, give yourselves a round of applause. You were great.
Yay! And we thank you all for being here. And we thank you for the opportunity, Mysterio and Kenny.
Of course,
Oh,
it's
yes,
the horror
it's a
community.
great
We all
honor.
gotta be there for
Thank
each
you.
other. and we all have to make sure everybody has a turn to shine and show what they got, because eventually you guys are gonna go on into your channels and they're gonna bloom, and so we are proud of the ones that came before you, and now you guys, we're proud of all of you because you're all doing fantastic. Max Vision, thank you for being here as well. Thank you. He said great show. You all are wonderful.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
check his channel out.
I'm gonna let y'all go now. We have to go deal with some family stuff, but if you want to take it out, please go ahead, guys.
Bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet
Sweet dreams.
Love you, Z Horde. Thank you for your support and thank you for your patience. We love you. We love you so much. You guys are talented people, and we never forget that. Thank you so much for being here.